A brother calls 911, terrified of his own family member standing outside with a gun.
So my brother, he just showed up at my house. I need the cops here ASAP.
What is his name?
Joseph Manhart. He has a firearm on him and he is armed.
Where is he?
He's outside my front door right now.
But this wasn't just a family dispute. This was the beginning of Utah's most dangerous manhunt that would end with an entire family held at gunpoint.
You gotta hurry. You gotta hurry though, I'm dead serious.
When your own brother calls the police on you, that's when you know things have gone too far. September 9th, 2021, Clearfield, Utah. A 911 call that would trigger a citywide hunt for Joseph Anthony Manhart. The man they were chasing already had a warrant out for his arrest and a history that made seasoned officers nervous.
He's calling the police on his own family. If this person's scared of them, it should alert us to take this serious and to know that there could be real issues here.
Officers rushed to the house, but Joseph was already playing a deadly game of cat and mouse. They searched every inch of the property, the shed, the backyard, behind every box and corner. Nothing.
I thought, this is it. This is where we're gonna have a gunfight.
While police were searching empty sheds, Joseph had already slipped away in a Hyundai, captured on CCTV like a ghost disappearing into the night. Hours later, his car was spotted on the highway, headlights off, trying to vanish into darkness.
There were sparks starting to come out from the bottom of the suspect's vehicle.
His car was dying, overheating, breaking down. He abandoned it in an industrial area and disappeared on foot. That's when an innocent woman became his next victim.
I just had a lady walk in the front door, said her car was stolen and she was shot at.
What kind of car?
She's got blood all over her.
But stealing a car was just the beginning of Joseph's desperate rampage. The carjacking victim's story was chilling. She was waiting for someone to get off work, sitting in her locked car, when Joseph approached, asking for a lighter. Simple request turned into nightmare.
And then he just shoved his arm in my window, and I just started rolling it up, and I started screaming, and he was like, I have a fucking gun, and then he pulled it out, and
Joseph now had wheels and was driving a stolen car through Utah highways. Officer Gordon spotted the vehicle, and the chase was on. But this wasn't going to be a simple traffic stop.
Apparent and obvious that he's not going to slow down, he's not going to stop.
Utah Highway Patrol deployed spike strips to end the pursuit. The strategy worked. Joseph's tires were shredded. But instead of surrendering, he made a move that shocked even veteran officers.
Running across the freeway, he's running across the freeway. He's in the northbound lane, he's in the northbound lane, red jacket. Let me see your hands! He almost got hit by a car. He's running across. Get out of the road! Looks like he was trying to get hit by a semi. Semi just almost ran him over.
Joseph had crossed into a residential neighborhood. 30 to 40 officers surrounded the area. Star 9 helicopter unit was called in for aerial search, but they couldn't find him anywhere. For nearly an hour, the helicopter conducted systematic grid searches while officers held their positions. The silence was deafening. No movement, no sounds, nothing.
If Star 9 can't find him, we have a totally different situation, right? Because he potentially could be in any one of these houses. He could be taking people hostage.
What they didn't realize was that Joseph had already found his next victims. While officers were searching empty yards and abandoned buildings, he was quietly watching an innocent family through their windows. The Samuelson family had no idea their normal evening was about to become their worst nightmare. House-to-house searches began, the most dangerous game of hide-and-seek imaginable. Then officers found it, a bullet hole through a front window. The Samuelson family's house. Joseph hadn't just hidden in their home. he'd taken the entire family hostage.
All units, priority traffic. All units, priority traffic. We have information from a citizen leaving a house stating that they've been held hostage for the last couple hours.
The psychological warfare was calculated. Joseph had released the fawner, Kliss, at gunpoint that morning, sending him to work like nothing happened. Meanwhile, his wife, daughter, and daughter's boyfriend remained trapped on the couch with a gun pointed at them.
You leave them with this psycho, and you don't know what is going to happen or where this is going. It was the worst thing I could ever imagine.
SWAT snipers moved into position. For the first time in his 10-year career, the sniper was granted open authority, permission for deadly force. But there was a terrifying problem.
One of the hostages looked strikingly similar to the suspect.
Wrong target could mean innocent death. The sniper studied photos, memorizing every detail, height, weight, scars, anything to tell Joseph apart from the hostage who looked just like him. In tactical shooting, there's no margin for error. One wrong identification, one split-second mistake, and an innocent person dies while the real threat remains armed and dangerous. The pressure was crushing. This wasn't a shooting range with perfect conditions. This was real life with imperfect lighting, moving targets, and lives hanging in the balance. Everything the sniper had trained for came down to this moment. Then came the moment of truth.
The door, hinged right, opens in. It had a wreath on it, and I thought to myself, well, that's about head height. So I centered my crosshair on that wreath and waited for the door to open.
Joseph appeared behind the door, peeking out inch by inch. The hostages were frozen in terror, unable to move. The sniper had one shot to end this nightmare.
At that point, I made the decision to fire.
The shot rang out. Joseph collapsed, but the door slammed shut, and for agonizing seconds, nobody knew if the hostages were alive or dead.
I didn't know. I didn't know if I had sent those hostages to their death.
SWAT teams stormed the house.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, one more. Police! 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 Blue! Blue!
The search was intense and methodical.
Clear. Police department! Police department!
One by one, the Samuelson family emerged, traumatized but alive. Joseph Manhunt was airlifted to the hospital, where he died from his injuries.
Gotcha, we got him, we got him, we got him. Come on, hands up, bro. I mean, I don't know, maybe a piece of his skull hit me or something, I don't know.
The manhunt was over, but the psychological scars remained. What started as a brother calling 911 had escalated into a citywide terror that nearly destroyed an innocent family.
We've trained hostage shots thousands of times. But what they don't train you for is after you pull the trigger.
The Samuelson family later held a gathering to thank their rescuers. They called the sniper a hero, the man who made the split-second decision that saved their lives.
They got us through the worst night of our lives.
Joseph Manhunt's rampage showed how quickly desperation can turn deadly. From family dispute to carjacking to hostage situation, each escalation brought more innocent people into danger. Wait, there's something we didn't tell you about what happened during those 8 hours. Joseph held the family hostage, something the police footage captured that changes everything. If you think you know what it was, drop it in the comments. Most people have no idea what really went down in that house.